said before, it's the Tai Chi version of tiger section. It's your corners. Everybody got to work on the corners. Okay, so let's do it. Let's start from single whip, and we'll go through corner number 1 and 2. And while we're here, check double dragon's foot placement and see if working on double dragons informs how it feels and the width of your feet and if you're able to keep your tuck. Okay, so shift back, lower the hands, turn the left toes in. Turn a little bit more to the left, cross right over left. Your weight should now be in the left foot so you can turn the toes way out on the right. When you get stuck, you're going to release the left heel, turn the front toes out a little more, and you're going to flip the hands over. So you'll be like this. Yep, everyone looks good. Sink down, step in. Step out, heel toe, shift, lift, turn the right toes in. And now I'm going to shift back. I'm going to lower the hands. My left toes are going to turn in. If you need to adjust them, just do it so that they face the back mirror. Good. And then you're going to step to even. At that point is when I switch my hands. I'm going to step back, heel toe. Well, actually just heel. Turn the toes out. Shift. Lift, turn the left toes in. Left toes in more, Mr. Watkins. There you go. Yep. Release. Questions?
Can I just see the feet?
Sure you can.
For the first, going from single whip to the first
Sure you can.
corner. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Let's do it 2 more times together. And begin. Nice. 2. I hope your perfect world will be more. There you go. Release. And one more time.
I have to get to the corner.
Corner of your space, not the room. That's the. That one always tripped me up. What do you mean my space, not the room? You eventually be like, yeah, my space. It's the corner of my space. Because if everybody went to the room, there'd be like this weird converging set of like Renaissance perspective angles happening, and that would be cool, but kind of weird. All right, let me see it, and I'll call out little tips if you guys need a lead. So start with single whip. I'm gonna come around and do a stance check here. Yes, very good. Very good. Okay, and begin. Shift back, lower the hands, left toes in. Turn to the left, right hand over left. Turn to the right, release the toes. And if you get stuck, then release the left heel so you can put more into it. Yep, sink down, step in, step out, shift, lift the hands, turn the right toes in. Very good. And Fair Lady works those 2. Shift back, lower the hands, left toes all the way in towards the mirror. Step to even, kind of shift back, step to even. At this point, if you're going to change your hands, that's kind of where your hands get switched. Step back with the heel. Stay on that front leg so you can turn those toes out. Then shift to the right, lift the hands, turn the left toes in. Release. How's it go? Feeling?
It's getting there.
Getting there? All right. So
Get it one of these days, yeah.
of course you will. Of course you will. Any questions about that, or is it just a matter of practice?
Matter of practice.
Okay. What I see that's really good is not turning the waist into the corners too soon. You have a very good sense of that shift, then turn. When I was coming up through the ranks, that was not the case. It was everybody came up. everybody, like, shift, don't turn, shift, don't turn, don't turn, don't turn, don't turn. Okay, now turn. You're like, so, very good. And what I mean by that is this, it's all in one. Versus I'm here and then I shift and that's what generates the power to here. So everyone here has a really good sense of that, so that's very good. Did you just preview the third one or did you actually start working on it?
We started working on it.
Started working on the third
Started
one.
on it,
Hmm?
yes. We started on it.
Okay, so my words of advice on this one is because everything else is so complicated, you're gonna think that the 3 is super complicated and it's actually the least complicated of them. So just don't trip yourself up, don't like, it's gotta be hard, it's actually not. So, because, you've done a big 180-degree turn to get to this one, you did a big, I guess, 270 turn to get here, and then you're just going that way. You're just going over there. So this one doesn't have a big dramatic turn. So if I'm here, this one is gonna feel a little bit, to me, it's a little bit akin to, not exactly, but similar to Park the Wild Horses made, in terms of I'm gonna shift back, pivot, sink down, step in, step, not totally back, but a little bit out, so that I can get to here. But it's got that same kind of setup like Park the Wild Horses made. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right, so,
The thing that I had to get straight first was 4 corners are 1, 2, 3, 4.
correct.
But when you go from 1 to 2, you gotta go all the way.
And when you go from 3 to 4, you do the same circle. So yeah. I won't put her on the spot. I won't put her on the spot, but the tiger section in Kung Fu does the same thing. You go here to here, and then you turn to here to, here it comes. Whoop. Yep. Yep, so it does the same kind of turning type thing. Tiger trips everybody up. And that becomes one of your favorite.
Yeah, I didn't get comfortable with it until I was a black sash.
Right. And then if you're like me, I had it down until my black sash test, and I was like, I'm on the wrong, wait, it was not good. I mean, it was fine, but I was like, no, I know this. Anyway, so you will know this too. So let's get into 4 corners 2, it's Parallel Work Shuttle 2, so we're here. And we are gonna rock back, pivoting on the heel, and I'm gonna lower my hands. I'm gonna sink down, step in, and that's when you switch your hands to hold the ready from the other side. This is where you would do that. Then I'm gonna step back or out, depending on how you want to interpret it, leading with the heel. Stay on this right leg so I can turn those toes out, and then I can shift, lift, and turn the right toes in. Uh-huh. Again. Shift back, pivot on heels, lower the hands. Sink down, step in, switch the hands as you do that. There we go. So now my head of my baby is on my left hand. And now I'm going to sink down, step back or out, depending on how you internalize that. Turn those toes out so you can shift, lift the hands, turn the right toes in. And now for fun, you know how to do number 4. Shift back, lower the hands, turn the left toes all the way in towards the gong wall. Step into even, switch the hands. Step back, leading with the right foot, the right heel, turn those toes out, shift, lift, turn the left toes in. Because it is identical to corner number 2. Release. Yeah? Let's try all 4 once for fun. And know that we will continue working on this. This is not, got it? And done. Yeah,
Oh,
so.
fun, that's a whole new definition of the word fun, which I was previously
Nailed
unaware.
it. All right, just for fun. So, single whip. And begin. Fair lady, work shuttles. 1. Fair lady, work shuttles 2. Shift back, lower the hands, pivot on the heels, sink down, step in. Step back. number 2. Shift back, turn the left toes in. Step even. Step back, leading with the heel. Toes out. Number 4. Release. You get it.
Can I just see number 3 again?
Of course you can.
Because I think I stepped with the wrong foot.
Yeah, me too. But I wasn't following you this time.
It actually helps me if
I did. Instead of stepping forward, I stepped back. I brought my front leg back, and I was lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the sink down, step in.
Yeah,
That's
I
going to be
was-
forward or backwards, depending.
Everything was wrong.
Yes. We get it, though. We'll do
Yeah,
more
thank you.
on Thursday.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, any last questions before we bow out? Good job, everybody.
I'll do head instructor.
Now to intermediate and beginner level students, students at home.